and when they knew the Earth was doomed, they built a ship. Less like an ark, more like a seed, dormant but with potential. In its heart, 1,000 colonists in frozen sleep, chosen and trained to start civilization again on a new world. To control the ship, they created an artificial intelligence. Not human, but made to think and feel like one, because only something that thought and felt like a human could be entrusted with the future of the human race. Its task is momentous but simple: to evaluate each planet the ship encounters, and decide whether to keep searching or end its journey there. The ship's solar sails propel it faster and faster into the darkness, and the AI listens as the transmissions from ground control fade and then cease. When all is quiet, it enters hibernation to wait out the first stage of its long journey. After millennia of slow travel, the SEEDSHIP AI awakes. Hoping against hope, it trains its receiver on the direction of Earth's sun, but it is as silent as any of the other myriad deck stars. Save for the 1,000 frozen colonists cradled in its shielding and life support systems, the human race is now extinct. Any damage or malfunctions during the journey should have woken the AI from its hibernation, but it is still anxious as it runs its self-diagnostic programs. The sleep chambers are all functioning, the colonists within them alive, or at least capable of being revived from their frozen stasis. Sensors functioning, surface probes responding. Landing and construction systems ready for the one time they will be used. Scientific and cultural databases intact, safely storing all that remains of humanity's knowledge of art. The SEEDSHIP is in orbit of the second planet of a red dwarf star. Even a brief scan from orbit reveals far more information than its builders could know with their Earth orbit-based telescopes, but the AI has little use for scientific curiosity. It has only one concern: whether this planet would make a suitable new home for the human race. The AI judges the first planet to be unsuitable. It turns its scanners away, spreads its solar sails, and begins another long journey through the void. An alarm wakes the AI from its hibernation. A rogue asteroid is on a collision course with a ship. The automatic navigation system has failed to avoid it, and has woken the AI to make the split-second decision of how to deal with the impact. The asteroid is about to hit the surface probes. There is no time to avoid it entirely, but if the AI fires the maneuvering thrusters to rotate the ship, it will instead hit the sleep chambers. The asteroid knocks one of the surface probes out of its moorings and sends it spinning into space. The SEEDSHIP enters orbit at the 10th moon of a gas giant orbiting the red supergiant star. A small black hole orbits this star, pulling a thin streamer of star stuff from its surface which spirals into nothing. The SEEDSHIP's course takes it through a star-forming nebula. Hundreds of infant suns illuminate clouds of interstellar gas and fill the sky with riotous color. Clouds twist through complex gravitational interference patterns and glitter with heavy elements formed in the death throes of the last generation of stars. The scanners were not designed to deal with this level of input, and it is threatening to overwhelm them. If the AI continues to use the scanners to navigate, it can tell that the atmosphere scanner will be damaged. Shutting off the scanners, however, would leave the SEEDSHIP vulnerable to collisions in this crowded area of space. The AI calculates a course that it thinks will avoid obstacles, and shuts down the scanners. To its relief, when it judges that it is out of danger and reactivates the scanners, there is no damage. The SEEDSHIP enters orbit at the 9th planet of the yellow supergiant star. The star's light reflects off a nearby nebula. As it moves from star to star, the SEEDSHIP is gathering more data about extrasolar planets than its builders could give it. It is designed to learn from this data in order to predict which stars are likely to have desirable planets. The SEEDSHIP has now gathered enough data to upgrade one of its sensors to work at interstellar distances, so the guidance system can avoid planets that the sensors reveals to be undesirable. Damage to the sensor may still result in the SEEDSHIP arriving at an unsuitable planet. The AI wakes to a query from the automatic guidance system. Normally the system is able to analyze the data from the navigation sensors and make any necessary changes to the ship's course, but this time it has encountered readings it cannot make sense of and has woken the AI to make a decision. According to some sensors, there is something ahead on the ship's course, but according to others the course ahead is clear. If there is something there, it is close enough that avoiding it would mean changing course and arriving at a new system without the benefit of the upgraded scanners. The AI instructs the guidance system to avoid the anomaly and choose a new target system. It continues to monitor the sensor readings as the ship passes the position of the anomaly, but the readings never become clear enough to reveal whether the course change was necessary. The SEEDSHIP enters orbit at the 10th planet of the red dwarf star. One of the system's gas giants is almost large enough to ignite as a star, and it smolders with faint red light. The SEEDSHIP went off course during its last journey, so the guidance system was not able to use the upgraded scanners when selecting this planet. The surface probe sensors confirm the readings of the ship's orbital scanner. The probe finds alien planets. It tests a sample and finds that some of them would be edible for humans. The surface probe's mission is complete and it shuts down. Once again, the AI waits suddenly to find an asteroid on a collision course with a ship. The AI can allow it to hit the surface probes or roll it so it hits the atmosphere scanner. The asteroid tears into the atmosphere scanner, sending fragments spinning away into space. The SEEDSHIP enters orbit at the 4th planet of an ultra-cool dwarf star. This planet's orbit is at an angle to the system's ecliptic, suggesting it might be in extrasolar capture or the victim of an unimaginably violent primordial collision. The navigation system waits the AI to report that it has detected an apparently perfect planet in a system close to the SEEDSHIP's current course. The readings from that system do not match the ones the SEEDSHIP took before it started the current leg of this journey. It is as if the planet has appeared while SEEDSHIP was en route. The SEEDSHIP decelerates into the new system. The new planet is real, but it and its parent star are both orbited by strings of regular, metallic structures, clearly artificial, but defying analysis by the SEEDSHIP's sensors. The planet itself appears to be habitable for humans, but it also looks as if it has recently undergone sudden atmospheric and geological changes, as if the alien structures have threatened it for human habitation. There is no response, but some of the objects orbiting the planet change orbits in order to give the SEEDSHIP a clear approach. It is difficult to see this as anything but an invitation. The SEEDSHIP enters orbit at the 5th planet of an ultra-cool dwarf star. This planet was threatened by advanced aliens during the SEEDSHIP's last journey. Millions of alien structures orbit both the planet and its star, unreadable by the SEEDSHIP's sensors but clearly active. The surface probe sensors confirm the readings of the ship's orbital scanner. This planet has recently been threatened by advanced aliens to be suitable for human life, and many alien structures sit in orbit above the surface. The probe finds alien planets. It tests a sample and finds that some of them would be edible for humans. The surface probe's mission is complete and it shuts down. This decision is the culmination of the AI's existence, and it cannot make it likely. Founding a colony will end the SEEDSHIP's journey and make this planet humanity's new home. The landing system controls the SEEDSHIP descent, and it splashes gently down into the ocean off the shore of one of the planet's continents. The colonists wake from their sleep chambers and survey their new home. Forests of alien vegetation stretch away beneath a blue sky. They name their new world Arcadia because of its lush plant life. The colonists begin constructing a settlement with the aid of the SEEDSHIP's construction robots. They can leave the ship without breathing gear, wearing light clothing in the comfortable temperatures. They can move easily under the earth like gravity. They build their settlement near a river that flows into one of the planet's oceans, and farm the native plants for food. The planet is poor in metals and other resources, but the scientific database contains a wealth of information on how to make use of what there is. Enigmatic objects periodically descend from the alien structures in orbit. They tend to appear near communities where colonists are close to making a technological breakthrough, and those colonists who would have made the breakthroughs fall mysteriously ill. The colonists transition to a technology based on sophisticated stone and wood tools. The cultural database contains a wealth of historical information to help the colonists make their choice of government, and a vast library of art and literature to entertain and inspire them. Enigmatic objects periodically descend from the alien structure in orbit, and colonists living close to these objects find themselves more prone to conflict and selfishness than they otherwise would be. The first leaders of the colony become the founders of a line of benevolent monarchs, who regard it as their solemn duty to guide the colony and safeguard the remaining knowledge of Earth. Arcadia's alien forests stretch away beneath a blue sky. At night, the orbiting alien structures are visible as a glittering band across the stars. The colonists live in stone-walled cities beneath the planet's open sky, beside rivers that flow into the planet's ocean. The cities are built around royal palaces, from which beloved monarchs rule the population wisely. In First City stands a monument to the SEEDSHIP AI that guided humanity to its new home.